Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be continuing What If Naruto Had an OP Ice Kekkei Genkai, and without further ado, let's just get right into it. Part up with Naruto basically waking up, getting ready for the tuning exams, and as he's getting ready, you hear a knock on the door, and he goes and he opens the door, and it's Haku, and Haku tells him, basically he got everybody else up, like he was the literal last person to wake up, and they got like 10 minutes before the exams actually like start, before they all got to get there to get ready, like all the logins and shit, right? So Naruto, he started panicking, getting ready, because he didn't realize that he slept that long. So as he's getting ready, he kind of like flashbacks to some of their training, and he remembers that Jiraiya kind of introduced the Rasengan. And since Naruto has some type of wind release, he was able to not master it, but like manage to make it in some like just grand manner of speaking. Like he has a small version of it, but his isn't wind release based. It's partial. It's like frost based. It's more ice based than anything. Anyway, so yeah, that's what he's thinking about. He's thinking like maybe since that was like the last thing that they was working on, maybe that tired him out a little bit more than he thought. Right. Anyway, so he gets ready, they leave, they get to the actual like tuning exam registration, they're registering, and like they run into Lee, and Lee tells Naruto, like he hopes to like fight him toward the end. And Naruto, he tells him like, I don't know, there's some pretty strong people here. And Lee, like, he kind of like instantly like just jumps right to the meat and potatoes of the gossip. He's like, so you think it's Gara? And Naruto, like, he looks at him and he's like, so you think Gaara's strong too? Like, how strong do you think Gaara is? Because I heard some rumors, and like before they can even start, like, continue to do it, like Lee and yeah, no, yeah, Mike Guy and Kakashi kind of walk up and like stop them from talking about it, telling them, it's not necessarily smart to just sit here and talk about other people's like Jinchurikis just out in the open. Like, how did y'all get this information? Like, given, yeah, it's known throughout most of the world, but to just be outright talking about it with a whole bunch of ninja around, like they can't hear, is just amazing. And Naruto, like, he just laughs it off, like ain't nobody really finna like tell us to stop. And like he kind of just gets that feeling again, like somebody's staring at him. So he looks over, and lo and behold, it's Gar, right? And like before this time, Gar's walking over to him, right? But before Gar can get over there, like the person grabs everybody's attention and tell them what's going on, and starts directing them toward these classrooms. And they take the written portion of the exam. Hold on. God. As they take the original written portion of the exam, Naruto kind of notes like Gar has some weird like fixation with him. Like there's not anything based around this. And then, like, as Naruto thinking about it, it kind of clicked. Bam, they're both Jinchurikis. So, no, that's like the only thing like that Naruto could see. That's what he's doing. Like, he's trying to see if, there's anything wrong with Naruto specifically. But, as far as Naruto can remember, there hasn't really been too much, like, um, disruption from the Nine Tails. Like Nine Tails hasn't necessarily made himself known. Anyway, so the written portion passes. That's all that is. And I'm gonna say they go and they train a little bit after that, that day, and then the day after that is the like physical portion. So they go and they break off into their teams, and as they're doing the woods part, so where Sasuke would get bit by Orochimaru, he does still get bit, but this is only because Naruto was off doing his own thing, because him and Sasuke right before they started got into a small disagreement about where they should start. Like, yeah, they had a regular starting point, but Naruto wanted to do a route where they would get like their stuff the fastest, but Sasuke just wanted to see like take out the strongest, that way in the physical portion, like when they're just fighting people one on one, they would have an easier time. But Naruto was just focused on getting out the fastest. So, yeah, they had their disagreement and scattered. But Sakura ended up going with Sasuke because she figured that that was a smarter idea, which it kind of was in the general sense, because they would be getting rid of people like Gara or Lee, all of them. Anyway, so as all of that's happening, um, Orochimaru kind of makes his move, like he gets onto the battlefield. And as like Naruto basically gets his the third scroll for him to leave, and he's headed, or the second scroll for him to leave, and he's headed toward his team, he kind of notices that like Sasuke's like chakra kind of jumped and fell. So he activates his kekkei genkai to move faster, making basically he's moving his kekkei genkai with him. Like now he's got it down to a point where he can like fucking it dissipates behind him as he's moving, but he can move it with him if he needs to like just increase the speed. So Orochimaru kind of notices like as Naruto gets closer, like he can sense Naruto coming because Naruto has no chill at this no pun intended. Naruto has no chill at this point because he's him and Sasuke had that disagreement, but that's still that's still Naruto's homie. Like that's still his one of his teammates. So he's like headed there as fast as he can. And like as Naruto gets closer, like Orochimaru kind of notices like he can't necessarily like he can sense Naruto coming, but he can't necessarily like directly pinpoint his location. And like before he can really like think about it, boom, like Naruto's there, everything's cold as shit. So like he's looking around and he realizes like damn near everything from the trees to the ground is ice. And like he's like, that's crazy. Like he's thinking that's crazy because there's no reason for it to be ice. This is like basically their summertime. He's confused as shit. So as this is all happening, like Naruto kind of gets Sasuke to a like a location outside of his barrier thing, like his little kekkei genkai, and he tells Sakura where he is, like because she's still in it. She's not harmed, but she's still in it. So he tells Sakura where he is, and then goes to go like find or attack Orochimaru. And he like when he finds or gets to Orochimaru's location, because he's still perched up on that tree, because he's not trying to move, because he knows if he moves there, like Naruto could have traps set up. This is a kekkei genkai. He don't know what the fuck is going on. So he's like he's interested but scared all at the same time, just a little bit, because all these are children. But something about this seem a little different. So as he's like sitting there trying to figure out a way to like move and not be noticed, Naruto, like he makes his way over there and he started asking him like, why you attack my teammate? Who are you? What are you doing here? You're obviously not a kid, because you wouldn't know, like normal person wouldn't be able to take out Sasuke very easy. And like as he's saying this, he doesn't even give Orochimaru like the time to like release his chakra. He just starts throwing like little ice shards at him. Phew, phew, like one right after the other. And as Orochimaru's dodging him, he kind of realizes like this is clearly not a fight he can win right now. Like not in this like little suppressed form that he's in. So he kind of just takes this opportunity to use a substitution jutsu. So when he gets hit by one of the shards, he kind of just scatters into like smaller snakes. And he used one of his smaller snakes to get away from, like, to get out and away from Naruto's kekkei genkai, which he could have did in the like original. Like he kind of realizes that he could have been dead, but it was kind of the whole, oh, Naruto was far as shit. Now he's right here and everything is like it's in his control. He didn't think that situation was gonna pan out that way immediately, but it did. So as this is all kind of just happening, everybody kind of realizes like they basically just got infiltrated and Sasuke is basically down for the count. So they kind of postponed the tuning exams just a little bit to see what was going on with Sasuke and, you know, all that other stuff. So they asked Naruto what was going on, and Naruto basically kind of tells him, like, tells Jiraiya and the Hokage, you know, it kind of reminded him of that dude Orochimaru, because he's the only other person that could have gotten past leaf security as far as he's aware, and he used snakes to get away, and this kind of makes Jiraiya mad. So, like, Hiruzen postpones the tuning exams, the one-on-one portion. Naruto team did finish, and like I'm gonna say second to last, no, like second to the third qualifying place. I don't fucking know. Anyway, yeah. So they ended up postponing the one-on-one fight, so they can go get Tsunade. And since Hiruzen never had to fight Orochimaru, or hasn't fought Orochimaru yet, Orochimaru hasn't gotten the thought process to go find Tsunade. So when Jiraiya, Haku, and Naruto head out to go find Tsunade, they bring her back with no like hard issue, except for Naruto and Tsunade having that disagreement, because Naruto really feels like, how could she be how could she be a for real medical ninja? Because at this point in time, it's not the scenario of all of them going to go find the Hokage. It's the scenario of they need a good like healing Kunoichi, or just like trying to get her back to the Leaf Village in general. And Naruto at this point in time really doesn't feel like they need somebody that's drunk and can't stand the sight of blood, because, you know, how can you be a healing Kunoichi if you can't even look at the stuff you're supposed to be healing, right? And this, you know, pisses drunken Tsunade off, so they end up having that little fight, and she kind of just realizes that Naruto is a little bit physically stronger than most kids his age, and that's about it. That's all that really happens. Naruto does lose only because she's drunk and is fighting at full strength, and Naruto really isn't trying to injure her in the general sense, and he really just wanted to get her out of the tavern because she was making a scene. Anyway, yeah, so they get her back to the Leaf Village, and she ends up trying to get the seal off of Sasuke, which does work partially. So now the seal is weaker than what it was originally in canon, so he can use more of his chakra than he could in the original timeline. Anyway, so like when they start the actual physical, like the one-on-one portions, all of the like fights are the same. And this is where I'm ending this part off. If y'all enjoyed the video, drop a like. If you enjoyed my content, please subscribe. Anyway, this has been Shinobi. Peace.